Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man's Quarter channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today, like I told you in my last video when I was ranking Michael Myers' mask from the Halloween movies, I said I might end up ranking the oddball masks from some of the Halloween films. Well, today, I'm going to do that. So, when I was talking about oddball, I meant ones that were either worn by Michael when he was a young kid, or ones that were just worn by different characters in each movie. I'm going to rank them from my least favorite all the way up to my all-time favorite oddball. So I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera up here for you guys, and let's get this ranking on, shall we? Okay, coming in at last place is Ghost Bob from Halloween 1978. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not technically a mask, but Michael did wear it as a disguise, just to fool Laurie's friend Linda. It's still a cool concept for a costume, but since it's not a mask, it's not higher on my list. So let's get to the next one that is, shall we? And that is coming in number 12, the Halloween 4 Jamie Lloyd clown mask. I wouldn't say I hate it, but it just looks like one of those little masquerade masks with a clown nose on it. That's basically what it is. And I was just not a huge fan of that. I like clown masks that are like a full half mask or overhead mask. But anyway, let's get on to my number 11 spot. And it's another mask from Halloween 4. The pink flesh Michael Myers mask. This one counts as an oddball because it's another one that Michael technically wore in the movie, but it was not supposed to have been in the movie. But apparently somebody on set was too tired to recognize that they grabbed the wrong mask, and they shot and filmed the scene with Michael wearing that mask, and they just said, we're not going to bother with it. But that is why this one is a little bit lower on my list than the other ones I'm about to mention here. All right, coming in at my number 10 is the Halloween 2007 Clown Asylum mask. This one I would count as an oddball because Michael was wearing it again in one of the movies, but he was wearing it in the Asylum. Now, I would also like to include all the paper mache masks that he made, but it would be too many to list. So I'm just going to be focusing on the two main ones he was wearing. This one and the pumpkin escape mask, which is going to be a little bit higher on my list. But I just love this one because it was a clown theme, and I love clowns. And the way he painted it just looks cool. Like, imagine if a serial killer was doing an art project, it would be messy and all over the place because they're really messed up in the head. And that's what you get. Okay, in ninth place is the Halloween 5 Brute mask. And again, this is one that Michael wore in Halloween 5. It was supposed to have been worn by the character Tina's boyfriend, but he already killed him and took the Camaro, and she left the Brute mask for him in the car. So when he went to go pick her up, just so he could find out where he was going, he swapped his white mask out for this one. And this mask was made by West German, the same people that made Sean Cran's clown mask for Slipknot. Just a little fun fact. I like the mask because it looks intimidating, especially if you put it on someone like me, like 6'6" or taller. I should have had this one higher on my list because I really do like the mask for being something unique and different. But I'm just glad that the Halloween franchise got to play with different Halloween masks for either Michael to wear or some other character to wear because they end up becoming iconic later. All right, at my number 8 pick is the Mary Clown mask from Halloween Resurrection. It's still a cool clown mask by itself, but the fact that it was used in the Halloween movie was even more way cooler. And it's worn by a mental patient in the asylum that Laurie Strode is locked up in. And this scene right here in particular is where Michael hands him his knife. This is one of those clown masks I really wished I had in my collection right now. Okay, my number 7 spot is the vintage cat mask that Allyson wore in Halloween Ends. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a cool classic design for a Halloween mask to wear at a costume party. But I'm just not a huge fan of cat type masks. But I do dig the design, and this will definitely look good in my collection as a wall decor piece. But it looks better than any other cat mask you probably see at Spirit Halloween or any other party store nowadays. Coming in at number 6 is the Halloween 4 Bandage Mask. Now, to be honest with you, if Michael Myers just wore this throughout the rest of the movie, I would have been fine, because it looks way better than the one he wore, because the one he wore throughout the film looked too cartoonish to me. But this looks simple, because he's just recovered from the horrific burn injuries from Halloween 2, and it looks way scarier. But it's still a cool look nevertheless, and that's why I included it on this list. My number 5 piece is the Halloween Resurrection Economy Michael Myers mask worn by Busta Rhymes' character Freddy. And this is taken from the scene where he's walking in the house and Michael Myers just walked up right behind him and made a creak noise, and he turned around and scared the crap out of him. And he thought it was this cameraman guy dressed up as Michael Myers. But I do dig this mask. It looks similar to what Michael's wearing in the film, but it's the cheaper quality version. Like, it don't have that much detail around the cheekbones and the lips, just like Michael's has. And the hairstyle looks a little bit more puffed out. But I'm considering this as an oddball, since Michael did not wear it. Okay, my number 4 pick is Corey Cunningham's Scarecrow mask from Halloween Ends. Again, Christopher Nelson came up with a cool vintage Halloween mask design for both Corey and Allyson to wear for the Halloween party. But if Corey went down that dark route of being a killer after Michael was killed, I could still see him wearing this one as his main mask. But I got this higher on my list because I like looking at Scarecrow mask pictures, and I wouldn't mind having a decent Scarecrow mask in my collection, and this one is definitely one that I would love to have. At my number 3 spot is young Michael Myers' clown mask from Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. I heard that the production design just looked up on eBay and found this mask, but they had to make a duplicate because it was so old and fragile. The original was made by Collegeville, which I ain't gonna lie, I love this clown mask sculpt design, and I love the colors on it. The red, white, and blue just look nostalgic circus colors in my mind. But since we're talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween universe, my number 2 pick is the Pumpkin Escape paper mache mask. I got this one a little bit higher on my list because it's a cool pumpkin mask design, but also Michael made it while he was in the asylum, and it was the perfect mask for him to wear for his chance to escape with. Kind of makes you wonder, when he escaped the asylum and then in part 2, like a few years later, what did the asylum people do with his mask since he's not a patient there anymore? Who knows? And finally, my number 1 oddball mask out of the Halloween franchise has got to be Michael's clown mask from the 78 movie. This is the one that started off the movie and Michael's journey into wearing masks, basically. I just love the nostalgic look of this mask, and the colors looks just so vibrant. It does look like something you'll find in a Halloween shop in the 60s. And I kind of dig this costume better than the one that Rob Zombie picked for his young Michael Myers. But this one will still stand the test of time. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm a complete idiot. I almost forgot the Ben Tramer mask from Halloween 2. I might as well just put it as an honorable mention in this list. But this one I don't even hate, because it's another Michael Myers mask that the Halloween production team came up with for Ben Tramer to wear. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my ranking of all the oddball masks used in the Halloween franchise. Now, I did not include the Halloween 3 mask because I'm going to do a separate video, or maybe a short, on those masks in particular on how I rank the trio. So stay tuned for that. And let me know down in the comments how you rank these oddball masks that I just showed you, from your least favorite to all-time favorite. This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and I said that's a wrap, and that's day off.